Way 6, Tape 3, Point of Departure. Easily one of the most powerful tapes of the entire Gateway program and one of my favorite tapes. I haven't done a video for Tape 1 and Tape 2 of Way 6. That's because nothing much happened. They were basically practices for OBEs, out-of-body experiences and astral projection. It was more practice. So that's an opportunity for anyone that needs more practice. Tape 1 and Tape 2 of Way 6 help a lot with that. And Tape 2, by the way, was pretty intense actually. I did have an OBE and it was very intense. So the first two tapes are good, but that's all I have to say about them. Now get ready for Tape 3, Point of Departure. Tape 3 is all about understanding how and why we are more than our physical bodies. This is for, like, really, if you don't believe we can do it, this is a tape where we actually can do it and show you that we can. It's so powerful. I believe this is the tape where we can do many things. I'll explain more later after I tell you more about the tape. But in this tape, it's more about exploring other universes, other concepts, okay? So already this tape starts off crazy, okay, from the beginning. We have to reach focus 10, right? And then what we have to do is feel the vibrations around our body, right? Even now, if you really think about it, there's like energy and vibrations just around your body, right? And then what we have to do with the guidance of the tape, they help us to remove those vibrations. It gets to the point where you don't feel them, which is pretty cool, like how we can remove that feeling right away. So that's the first thing. In Focus 10, we have to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the camera. Basically, what we have to do for this part is extend the energy field of those vibrations, right? We extended the field of that energy around us, making it bigger and bigger until it's far away, and then you realize, wow, I don't feel them. That's when you're ready for the next stage of the tape, which is Focus 12. By this point, I was already getting very vivid visuals. I don't know why, but that was the first time that I really practiced removing that feeling around our body. So that's really cool. So then we get into Focus 12. At this point, we basically have to do an out-of-body experience, okay? And they teach us a new technique. Even though they taught us many ways before, I don't know why this time it's different, but they teach us a new technique. Basically, we're going to have to lie down on our stomach, and we're going to have to imagine at the beginning, and then you're going to feel it. Imagine and then feel yourself churning around. Imagine it until you feel it, okay? That's the way we're going to have to get the separation from our body in this tape. So guys, at this point of the tape, I was feeling very light already, light as a feather. And I was awake during the whole experience. You know, like you could tell the difference between dreaming and having a real experience. There's way more details and the information you get is different, more vivid and seems real. So I was awake the whole time. And guys, for me, that technique for OBE, astral projection, that technique worked for me really good. So, and then this is when the really crazy part is. So I had an OBE, right? I was astral projecting. It was cool. And then something happened, okay? I came to the realization that I was not affected by gravity. You know, sometimes maybe you assume that if you had an OBE before. However, I was doing it and I realized, wait a second, I'm not affected by gravity. This is really different. This is so strange. At that point, that's when things really escalated in terms of my experiences and the things that I was doing. At that point, I went to many places, okay? And at that point, I also realized that I could stop time. I think it's my first OBE in Focus, since doing Focus 15. So I guess combining OBE with Focus 15, the state of no time, that really makes it more powerful. So guys, in this experience, my first one, it was incredible. I went to visit places that I knew and I stopped time. Literally everything around me was stopped. And what happened is that I can observe and see things differently. So it was like a different perspective on observing things. It was so interesting, and you think and understand things differently. So what I did, I went to a park I went to a park, froze everything, and it was really interesting to see things from that perspective. Very different and deep, it's deep. And I also went to the city, and stopping everyone, I was like enjoying the city, like the city was mine. Like, and it's not a dream, okay? It feels different from a dream, and I'm totally aware that I'm awake the whole time. Every 2 or 3 minutes, I have like a mental check to make sure that I'm still awake, to make sure that I'm not dreaming, okay? If I am dreaming, I'm awake, so call it what you want. So I am not exactly sure the purpose of this tape, okay? But I am going to do it at least 2 or 3 times because of the potential, I think, and the power. I believe, guys, this is the tape that they use. Guys, you see, if you watched my last video, I was complaining about my new phone. I can't even hold my new phone. It's so weird. Like, I prefer my old phone. Anyways, I believe this tape is the ones that, like, the CIA and stuff like that, they use for whatever they need. This tape, this specific tape, I believe I could do many things with remote viewing. I already had 2 times success with remote viewing, but if I combine it with this tape, I think it's going to be very powerful. So that's my next experience, okay, my next experiment. Doing this tape again and trying things like remote viewing, or I'm going to check on my friends, and then after the experience, I'll like call them and confirm if that's what they were doing for real or not. But I don't know if I got lucky that it worked for me on my first try, this tape. But it worked for me on my first try. But take your time with it, okay? It's a really powerful tape, okay? Make sure you do the first 2 tapes right, even if you have to do it again. Make sure in the first tape of this wave 6, in the first tape, you kind of do feel an OBE. You do feel some kind of separation, even though it's light. In the second tape of this wave, you should feel a bit of more intense experience, where you do have like a mini OBE, okay? To be ready to do this tape right. So if you did do this tape, let me know how it was for you, okay? 2 more things for me about this tape. First of all, I was seeing a lot of the color purple. What a coincidence that the tree behind me is purple. I swear I didn't mean to do that. That's so random. Maybe it's not a coincidence. But I was seeing a lot of the color purple in my experience. The second thing, also, when I came back, okay, and you're getting back from focus 10 to focus 1. So in that process, you kind of move your body to try and get back to normal consciousness. Every time I tried to move, I was breathing very heavily. It was like I was literally coming back into my body. When I tried to move, I breathed very heavily until I got to focus 1, back to normal. So everything was good from then on. So I would be very interested to hear about your experience too. So that was it for me with this tape, and I will let you know about my next experiences again with this tape. And I hope you're doing well and you're still being consistent. I think that's really important, even though it's more difficult now. However, as soon as you find the time to do 1 tape, you're going to easily get the want to do another tape anyway. So don't worry about that, and good luck, and I'll speak to you soon.